This is my third time filming this video because every time I tell this story before, I've always left out something very important that I need in order for the story to make sense. Before I start, I want to just do a couple little update thingies. I did this beautiful wall charade thing, you can only see the bottom of it, with all letters that my friends gave me when I moved away. And another thing is my parents surprised me with a baby rabbit last week. Oh my gosh. And he's like really social and he likes to be pet and touched and stuff, which is really awesome because usually rabbits kind of run away. Anyways, on to Belize. We were only in Belize for about 2 days, I think. I don't think we stayed much longer than that. And we went to 2 different towns. I'm not sure which one came first, but one of them was larger and one was like a little small farmy kind of town place. The large town, I'll just talk about that one first because we didn't do much. We met a guy from the States who was really into computers, and we stayed at this really nice hotel and ate Indian food. It was lovely. There was just not much to say about it because we didn't really do much there. And then we went to a smaller town, which is actually where I have the most stories from because for some reason more happened in the small town. Let me just describe the small town a little bit. It was like dirt, little gravel roads everywhere, and there was like a little church, and when you had to get to a place, like buildings were really far away from each other. So a lot of it you had to drive or just walk a long time. And we had a little travel book to find places to stay and eat and everything. And in that town they talked about a couple, an older couple who had a house and they opened the upstairs as a hotel room and they rent rooms out for the night. And so we were looking for it, but we had the hardest time finding it. We just couldn't find it. And my dad asked a couple people, and finally one guy said, "Oh yeah, don't worry, you're really close. You just have to drive across that field and there's your hotel." And so we like four-wheeled it over the grass and up to their house. That, I don't know, obviously it was fun enough for me to remember, but I'm really good at remembering crap. This old couple was so sweet. They were just really loving, and we were the only people staying at their hotel that night, so we pretty much had the whole upstairs to ourselves. After we talked to the couple for a while, we decided we want to go out to eat, so we asked them where to go, and they told us a place that wasn't too far, I guess. I think they recommended we take our car, but we're like, nah, we can walk, we got time. But I just remember it was like a little house place, and that food was amazing. I think we ordered everything twice, because we all ate, and then after it was so good that we couldn't help ourselves from eating again. And so, very impressed with that restaurant. If I remembered it, I would definitely recommend going there. But by the time that we had finished eating, it had gotten dark, and the thing is, with it being such a small little farm town, that they didn't really have many street lights. And so my mom and I are like, oh crap, what do we do? But, you know, my dad, always thinking ahead, he brought a flashlight. We got home, we got ready to go to sleep, and I was laying in my bed comfortably for a while until I got this idea in my head that a spider was going to eat me. So I went over to my parents' room and my dad had to go sleep in my bed and I slept with my mom. That was fine. Then I fell right asleep because obviously a spider wouldn't eat me then. I had the protection of my mom. I slept fine straight until 3 o'clock in the morning when this bird just kept quacking in this most annoying tone ever. Oh my god. After it finally shut up, I was able to drift back into sleep. And we woke up the next morning and took off. Yep, that's it for Belize. Next should be Guatemala because it was the next country that we got on the way down. And I think I'm going to be splitting up Guatemala in 2 parts because we stayed there for a long time. And so I have a lot more stories about that. And there was a particular story having to do with the spider that I pretty much think deserves its own video. Well, anyways, I'll see you then.